Yesterday, the official E3 Twitter account made a post saying the following. After more than 2 decades of E3, each one bigger than the last, the time has come to say goodbye. Thanks for the memories. GG, well played. E3 is officially dead. But to be fair, it's been bleeding out for more than a couple years now. COVID-19 was probably the killing blow for E3, and with each passing year not having a physical presentation after that, some recent years even missing digital presentations due to the major contributors to the shows pulling out, it was only a matter of time before it was put down for good. A lot of people online are comparing E3 being permanently cancelled to the video game industry's equivalent of Christmas being cancelled, and I have to agree. E3 had been a place where all factions of players, consoles, and developers came under one roof and dropped big announcements and generated lots of excitement over the following months, or even years of games, spanning all the way back to 1995, before I was even born. I think of all the E3s, the standout moment for mine was probably the last normal one, in 2019. Specifically during the Nintendo Direct, when Hero and Banjo-Kazooie got announced for Smash Bros. In the same Direct. After watching that, and even before then, I had wanted to go to E3, because it seemed like such a blast. Going to meet people from all over the world who share the same love of video games as you, and looking at cool stuff in a big convention center, it's always so cool. But now that I've been to semi-big conventions myself, I don't know if I could stomach all that hustle and bustle, but it would have been a good time regardless. My point is, it's just a shame that I'll never be able to experience an E3 now, and I think a lot of people online are sharing my same sentiment. The question is, what the hell do we do now? There likely won't be another big convention for games like E3 ever again, at least not to the same scale. Granted, gaming isn't like dead without E3. Each company that would normally attend the convention usually has their own little presentations annually. Nintendo has their Directs, Sony has their PlayStation showcases, and Microsoft has the Xbox and Bethesda games showcase. I guess. I didn't even know that was a thing. I had to look it up to make sure they had one of their own. However, all of those are separate from each other and at different times, and E3 was a unique experience which had all of them showing off games in rapid succession. It wasn't just announcements from one big part of the game industry, it was from all the titans of the game industry, and that's what made it so exciting. I think, looking to the future, there are probably 2 things that come close to E3. First, there's the Summer Games Fest, which was essentially E3 after E3 2020 got cancelled. I mean, it's basically bootleg E3, but you didn't hear that from me. The other is the Yearly Game Awards. Both of these kinda suck, and it's mostly this guy's fault. With how little they actually care about the games in either of those showcases, with both presentations being more ads than games, it's not likely that either of them would be able to generate the same amount of excitement that E3 would. And besides, both of those are just singular events that happen on one night. E3 was a convention, usually spanning 3 or 4 days. It wasn't just a thing you watched online, it was an event you experienced, a moment in time you shared with all of these other people. Hey, this is Goose from about 20 minutes in the future. When I finished recording that, I forgot that PAX was a thing. So yeah, I'm pretty confident that PAX is going to be like the big replacement for E3 in the future. Because I doubt people are going to flock to Summer Games Fest or the Game Awards. Because they kinda reek. Okay, back to the regular recording. I hope that someday, probably in the distant future, they try to bring back E3 and keep the hype going. But for now, it seems like it's a thing of the past. And will mostly live on in the hearts and memories of the people that got to actually experience the events for themselves. At the end of the day, all we really have these days is just poor imitations. Again, me being upset about E3 dying doesn't mean, oh, games have fallen, billions must sell their games. It's just a particularly important event that would happen every year. It was very exciting and important to a lot of people, and it's just gone forever. Rest in peace, E3. You weren't a real person, but you meant something, I guess. Well, there's always the Game Awards. Here, sit through 3 hours of ads with maybe 20 minutes of actual new games sprinkled in. Very cool, Mr. Dorito Pope.